You're listening to After the Review.
After the review.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back here with week 2 of Backyard Bookies. We settled on a name right after we finished the first episode.
Literally the second we were done.
Yeah, so again, I'm here, Peter, my co-host Scott. We had a good first week, Scott, didn't we?
Great first week. I was 4-1. If anyone listened to the whole podcast, you would know that my most confident game, Vanderbilt, Colorado State. I said I'd probably bet my entire life savings, my house, my firstborn child, that Vanderbilt would not win or cover or anything, and
They won.
I would have lost everything.
They won. You'd be homeless.
Good for Vanderbilt. Good for Vanderbilt. I'd be on the streets. My soul would be taken away from me, and
But you didn't pick them as your lock, so you ended up
was
good.
not my lock.
On the money.
Not my lock. I ended up, what was it, $121 up. So
129 actually. 129 actually. Yeah, let's just do a rundown of last week. All right, so you hit on Oregon plus 14.5, hit on Georgia minus 24.5, hit on Iowa plus 4.5, lost on Colorado State. Your lock of the week, BYU in the Mormon Bowl plus 7. So you're
really all 5 of those games. Well, not all 5, but at least the 4 winners. There were no stress on any of them.
You weren't.
Oregon might have been the most stressful just because they got kind of close at the end, but you knew they weren't. I mean, I don't think they weren't going to come back and cover.
We were feeling
points.
good.
Like it was a close game the entire way.
We were feeling good with 2 touchdowns plus, for sure.
Definitely.
So yeah, you're at 11.29 now. You got some money to spend. Look at you.
I got some house money. We're ready to go, baby.
I, on the other hand, didn't do as good. 2 and 3 did hit my lock. I had Oregon, lost Notre Dame, lost Ball State, lost the Vikings, hit on the Rams. It's okay. Probably should have went 2 and 2 with a push, but the NFL's got some real suspect things going on there. I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm a little salty there. So I'm up $66, so I have some money to play with here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try and keep it winning. Winning as a combined unit, we're 60%. That's professional gambling level. That's where we want to be all season. So what's your first game this week?
ESPN, pay attention. ESPN, pay attention to us. We're professional handicappers over here. So
we're about to get we're gonna get our DraftKings sponsor here soon.
To get signed here soon.
Yeah. So what's your first game?
Anyway, first pick, I got Iowa and Kent State. I love my Iowa Hawkeyes. I also love their defense. Big Ten, like I said last week, Big Ten football, Big Ten defense. I was looking at the spread. I didn't really like the spread very much because I know Iowa likes to milk some clock. They play good defense. So I actually went in, and when I picked the game, it was the over/under was 54.5. I just took a look back, and it's now at 56, which makes me even happier. I'm going to take Iowa, Kent State under 56. That's a 33 to win 30 on this one. 33 to win 30.
That's not bad. That's a good bet.
I think Iowa State. I mean, Iowa can shut down Kent State. They might score. I'd say probably 10 points. It might be like a 34 to 10 game. I'm not sure what the spread is, but I think 34 to 10, 35 to 10, someone 38 to 10 would be great.
They did nothing against A&M on offense. Kent State. So
yeah,
Iowa's got a comparable defense to A&M's defense. So I was looking at that line. I was like, if Iowa could manage some points, that 23 also looked pretty tasty because A&M covered pretty comfortably at 30.
It was minus 23. Okay,
yeah.
So I didn't see the line. I just saw that over under. I'm like, that's got me right there. We're gonna go ahead and take that one.
That's a good one.
So
right
33
there.
to win 30 under 56.
All right. You're going to push. I got to feel it's going to be a push. Last backdoor push to crush your hopes and dreams. Speaking of A&M, they lost their quarterback last week. Rest in peace, Haynes King. Out for 5 weeks. National championship hopes pretty much thrown asunder. Did manage to pull out the win at upset-minded Colorado. It was a really nice win. They got New Mexico coming into town, though. Line is 30. And I'll tell you what, Calzada looked pretty bad at quarterback. Almost looked inept.
If anybody watched that game all the way through, I think Calzada might be a geriatric. He doesn't know how to play football.
He looked completely lost. He was I at a point I tweeted, "Don't come back to College Station" when he fumbled into the end zone. Our buddy Matt was at the game. He texted us. He's like, "I'm about to jump off the second deck." He did not just fumble right there. But managed to hit the game through the game winner. Got the 10-7 win. So I'm going with New Mexico this week. Line is 30. I think A&M's going to try and throw the ball to try and get Calzada comfortable. They're not just going to lean on that run game all game. And if they do and they don't feel like Calzada's comfortable, they'll just, turn into chew clock mode, put the game away. So 30 feels like a massive number for A&M to cover here. I don't think they cover it by any stretch. The defense, I can't expect the defense. They might let up a little bit this week. They pitched a shutout essentially the entire game against Colorado.
Exhausted.
Yeah,
they're exhausted.
They deserve a little bit of time off. Plus, we got Arkansas coming up here next week, and Arkansas, hey, they're hungry. It's a hungry team, so I like New Mexico here plus 30. Only going 15 here, not super solid. Maybe Calzada blows me away, and all of a sudden he becomes a competent quarterback with a week of practice. Who knows? That's just something on the line, but I'd like New Mexico here plus 30.
I'm wondering why they didn't run the ball as much against Colorado. They weren't giving the ball to their two horses at all. They were just, I think Calzada threw it 39 times. What are you guys doing?
They couldn't run it up the middle.
Horses. You got
our little beef at
regardless. Okay, so are you going to give it to Calzada or are you going to give it to A-Chain and Spiller? Like, let them run. I mean, they can get 5 or 6 yards of carry if you just let them go. You can.
It was
so frustrating.
It was some questionable play calling.
Who's a quarterback, run the ball. I didn't understand it. I mean, I understand you're in Boulder, it's a different atmosphere. I understand that you're at altitude. Those guys are maybe getting tired or something, but you got two horses. Let them run. So
help your quarterback out. Help your defense out, which we didn't do.
Oh, yeah, that was a tough one.
All right,
I like that. Like that a lot, actually.
All right, who's your
second pick? Second pick. You're gonna like this one, Pete.
Yeah.
So last week. Once again, if anyone tuned in, I am a magician, a genie bottle. I predicted Hudson Card would get benched.
He did. This was it.
I predicted it on air before we started. I predicted Hudson Card would get benched, and Casey Thompson will be the new quarterback of the Texas Longhorns. Came to fruition. Playing Rice this week, minus 26. They're at home. Casey Thompson is the new quarterback of Texas University at Austin.
A school in Texas, yes.
Oh, I get it's minus 26.
I almost took.
And you have a capable quarterback, and they're playing Rice at home. I'm going to swallow all 26 of those points. I'll take Texas minus 26. Big number, but I don't think Hudson Card is going to see the field the entire game. I don't care if it's a blowout. If Casey Thompson just blows them up, Bijan runs for 150. I don't think it's going to be close. I think Sark's going to realize he made a big mistake last week.
Well, he played the politic game, and it bit him in the ass. Look how bad it is.
I think the boosters whispered in his ear a little bit, saying, "How about you play that Lake Travis kid? Lake Travis kid. He's from Austin. Him. Hey, Sark, play him." That's what happened. He knows Casey Thompson's a better quarterback. He had to watch the Alamo Bowl last year. Like, come on, this guy was 8 for 9, threw 2 touchdowns, was the hero of that game. And Sam Ellinger went down. He's the better player. So, 6 points. We all know Hudson Card can't play, at least this year. I'm going to go 20. I'm just going to go 22 to win 20 on that one.
All right, not a huge bet.
It's a lot of points. I'd rather watch it and not bet too much and watch them sort of succeed.
You want to be safe. You want to be safe because it is
be a little safe on this one. It is a big number.
They are back. Just know they are back. Texas is back.
Is always back. Every week they're going to be back.
They're back. They're back to losing.
Exactly. 26 points, 22 to win 20.
All right, like it. All right, next one I got. Let's stay up north. Let's go to the Big Ten. Pretty pathetic performance from a team that had high expectations week 1. Indiana Hoosiers, not great. Got absolutely routed by your Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, Iowa might be a lot better than we all thought. Indiana, big letdown. And they actually got a real competition. This is Cincinnati. Cincinnati Bearcats, this is their season. This is one of their biggest games on their schedule. They're ranked 8th right now, I think, maybe 7th in some polls. They got to win these big non-conference road games against power opponents. Indiana was supposed
to move to the best conference in football.
The Big 12.
Prove they can play in that conference.
They got to prove it. They're also trying to get you want a New Year's 6 berth. You want maybe a playoff berth. Who knows? They were hoping Indiana would be ranked higher. Unfortunately, they're not. Only a 4-point spread. I think Cincinnati routs Indiana in Indiana. It's not going to be close. I think the Bearcats have a very good football team. A lot of experience. They brought back most of their starters from last year. Again, they were really good last year. 4 points is nothing. I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns. I would be shocked if Indiana makes this game close. I saw nothing from them. Mike Vick Jr. the third they have at quarterback in Indiana still doesn't quite look like the phenom he was last year. Maybe the ACL injury is hurting him, but we'll see. I like Cincinnati here. 20, win 18, -4, Bearcats.
Make it even 22 to win 20. Make it even.
22 to win 20. All right, fine. 22 to win 20 makes Scott happy. But yeah, I like the Bearcats.
Keep it even.
All right, I like the Bearcats here.
And also, I think that game opened at -1.5, and it jumped up to 4. So everyone's putting that money on Cincinnati. So
it feels like a smart bet. I'm not scared.
My lock of the week is kind of going to be like that, just because it's a line that doesn't make sense, and you just got to hammer it. But we'll get to that in a second. So third pick. I'm going to go. Cool. So I got Ole Miss against Tulane. Ole Miss is a 14-point favorite. I actually really like Ole Miss's quarterback, Corral. He's been playing really well this year. This is mostly based on Tulane. Louisiana's underwater.
Louisiana is underwater.
We're still trying to figure out how to get back to Louisiana. They did play a really good game against Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma they were just trying to figure out their shit. But Tulane did play a good game. They lost by 5 against Oklahoma. It was a big spread. It was 31 points. And then beat Morgan State. Same time, Ole Miss. They're a pretty good offense. I don't think Tulane's going to be able to stop them. They could. If they gave up 40 points to Oklahoma. A pretty similar dynamic offense. 14 points. I'm going to go ahead and swallow those points. Ole Miss -14 at home. This is a little. Over under 76. So we know that there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. A lot of points. This one I like, but not love. Because I know it might be a little shootout going back and forth. Ole Miss might get a stop.
Backdoor cover, you might get a late backdoor.
It might be an ugly little backdoor cover. It could happen, but I'm going to go 22 to win 20 on this one just because I don't love it. I don't like these lines as much as I did last week. Last week I was in love with all of them.
You were feeling it last week.
This week I was looking at them. They're all iffy. So
Vegas is getting better.
I'm gonna go too crazy.
They're learning like the rest of us.
They're figuring out what teams are good, what teams aren't good.
They're 3 weeks.
They're learning on the go like us.
The NFL is kind of getting the same way after 2 weeks. Week 3 in the NFL will be struggling to find good games as well. But speaking of Oklahoma, big game in Norman. Did not pick this game. Almost picked this game. We're going to talk about Tulsa. Tulsa's got a tough little visit ahead of them. They have to go to the Shoe. Ohio State just lost. The line is 24.5. Ohio State is going to put a beat down on. They need to feel better about themselves coming off a loss. I expect a performance to make people say, "Oh, Oregon's just that good. Ohio State, didn't have any issues. They had a lot of issues. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed." I'm feeling their defense can stop people. Offense, not really a problem. They don't run the ball enough, but, their quarterback threw for 430 yards, and I have people complaining, "Oh, he can't play football. He looks bad." I'm like, the guy's he's a freshman. He's pretty good. Pretty good. So I love Ohio State here. 24.5. I don't love them that much, but I love them enough. 20.
That half point's a little scary.
Half point is
a little scary.
I would be more scared if it was, 22 and 21.5 or 28.5. I'm okay at 24.5. 4 touchdowns feels right. So 24.5, Ohio State. 22 to win 20 to make Scott happy. Even numbers. Give me the Buckeyes. They're a good offense. Not a great football team, but a little bit of home loving, a little feel good about yourself after a tough loss at home against Oregon.
I like it. You're swallowing points this week. I love it. You're picking the favorites, but also you're swallowing all kinds of points.
I only swallowed the one big game. I had Oklahoma, Nebraska. I almost swallowed that number 2, but I didn't quite.
All right, here's the moment we all been waiting for. Locks of the week. We got to bet at least $100 on these games.
No, you got one more.
Really?
Yeah, I
oh,
only
I do
got
have one more. You're right.
You got one more.
You're right.
You're teasing it. He's early
One
teasing
more.
it. He's too excited.
I'm just ready to go.
He likes it. He's locking it already.
I'm gonna pick the Monday night football game.
Okay.
Packers Lions.
10.5.
Packers are minus 11.5.
Oh.
I think they're. As we all know, A-Rod did just come off a massive beatdown against Crab Legs. Crab Legs came out to play. He didn't throw for any yards, but he threw all kinds of touchdowns. I think a lot of the pundits are saying Aaron Rodgers is retiring. He's done. He's washed.
Trying to get
he's
traded.
Not washed. He's
trying to
out.
get traded. He's tanking.
He's ready to be the Jeopardy host. I mean, that's just such pundit bullshit. I mean, come on, like this guy's been doing it for years, for 15 plus years. You can't tell me that he's just going to check out and give up on his team. He's got boys on his team that he's got Devontae and Aaron Jones. I mean, who else is going to come play quarterback for him? Like, he's not going to let his boys down. I think the stat, he's 26-13-1 coming off a loss against the spread. That's almost like a 66% against the spread.
Little rebound. Big number though.
So although it is 11.5, our home, they're back at Lambeau. Have the crowd with them. Let's swallow those points. Packers minus 11.5. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna take 44 to win 40. This one.
Scott,
44 to win 40. I'm betting big.
Beware the Lions.
On this one.
They backdoored the Niners last week. The Niners were a lock for 3 quarters, and then Detroit scored 21 points in 4 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it was. They were down 24 with 4 minutes left, and they cut it to 6. So
week to week, Pete. You know that. Week to week. Everything's like also we said. I mean, Aaron Rodgers played in Jacksonville. He's
bad in Florida.
Football well in Florida. So he's back at home. He's got the crowd with him. I think he'll be just fine.
Okay.
I think he'll be just fine. He's hearing all this shit from all the pundits. Like,
last place team. Good pick, Scott. All right. I'm going with these boys. They were my lock of the week last week. I don't think they're going to let me down. LA Rams look pretty good on Monday Night Football. Matt Stafford in that offense, what did I tell you? It's comical. They can run the ball. They can play some defense. Matt Stafford just makes a play here and there. He's got guys running wide open. Easy money. At the Colts, 3.5. Colts secondary looked bad. They got toasted. Tyler Lockett ran all over them, had 4 catches, 100 yards. DK had a nice day. Russell Wilson was making it look easy throwing against them. Carson Wentz, still coming off the injury, still doesn't have his timing down. That's not a good, it's not a good mixture playing against the Rams defense. You kind of want to be crisp and clean. We saw that from Andy Dalton, kind of struggled towards the second half there. I like the Rams here, minus 3.5. I know it's on the road. Don't love the half, but you know what? The Rams didn't let me down last week. They're not going to let me down this week. Going with the Rams again. All right, Scott, time for the locks. What's your big boy lock?
Lock of the week. So we're going to go Virginia Tech at West Virginia. West Virginia is minus 3.5 against number 15 ranked Virginia Tech. If you watch week 1, Virginia Tech beat the then top 10 North Carolina team with Sam Howell, Mac Brown. Supposed to be a good team.
But
I don't know if they're going to be a good team. And then West Virginia, they lost to Maryland and kicked the shit out of whoever they played last week. I don't know what LIUCWP is. It might be a made up team like high school team.
Bishop Gordon.
It might be like Bishop
Sycamore.
Yeah, Bishop Sycamore. They could have played Bishop Sycamore last week and won 66-0. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out the window. Line makes absolutely no sense to me.
This is a little confusing.
I think the only reason West Virginia is getting the points is because they're in Morgantown. We all know about Morgantown. They like to party. They like to be loud.
It's a little weird.
I'm going to take West Virginia minus 3.5. As this line makes 0 sense. I just don't know. Makes no sense. I think everyone's probably taking Virginia Tech. Oh, they're ranked 15.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're at home. Vegas is much smarter than we are. They like giving them. They want to give them 3.5 points. They want to give them a field goal and a half. going to go with them. I'm going to go 100 to win 91. Virginia minus 3.5. Hope all my followers are happy.
All right.
We will see.
I was a little confused on that line too. I was like, this looks tasty, but I don't know if I trust Virginia Tech ranked. I don't know how good North Carolina is. So it was kind of one of those things. So interesting that you're going with West Virginia. I like that counterplay. All right, I got a good one for you. Who had some high hopes in the NFL this season that looked bad last week? Lots of teams. You said one, Aaron Rodgers. Another one, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
I said Buffalo Bills, yeah.
Buffalo Bills. Pretty high hopes. Kind of let a game get away from them against Pittsburgh in the second half at home. Really confusing to watch. I just didn't get it. They're on the road this week. I know that. They're at the Dolphins. Watch the Dolphins-Patriots game. I watched a lot of it. Dolphins, I don't see anything from this Dolphins team that surprised me. Tua made one play to pretty much clinch the game, but that was about it. It was a really sloppy football team. I expect the Bills to rebound this week. You look bad week 1, you're going to look good week 2. Minus 3.5, Buffalo Bills. This is my lock of the week. I think Josh Allen throws for 4 tugs, gets everybody involved. The defense.
Hopefully, because I'm playing you in fantasy, so hopefully he does.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. It's tough. Well, I can't do much about fantasy. There'll be 2 weeks in a row I want to do a 40-point buzzsaw at quarterback. So thanks, Kyler Murray. But I love the Bills this week. They're a good football team. They're not, fool's gold or anything like that. Miami has still yet to prove anything to me. They don't run the ball that well. They play okay defense. I just think, the Bills need this game. They can't start the season out 0-2. They're too well coached. I thought the defense looked pretty good against Pittsburgh. I mean, one of the touchdowns was a block punt. There's nothing you can do about that from the defense. They kind of held Ben in check most of the day. Najee Harris he had a decent day, but he couldn't break off anything big. It was more of, I'm going to pound my head against the wall and turn up yards. So I like the Bills, minus 3.5, $100, lock of the week, punch it in.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we want to do head-to-heads now? We were pretty terrible.
Head-to-head, so we can let's recap that. Yeah, or let's just not recap that.
Yeah,
after,
we went. I was 0-3. You were 1-2. So not great, not great at all.
Yeah, we decided to put our life on Texas, and that didn't work out. I did end up picking the Browns to cover. Like I said, Kansas City doesn't cover football games.
It's close. Hold up.
They don't. They never.
Hold up. They were getting worked, and Kansas City was this close to covering because Pat Mahomes is that good in September, and the Browns are still the Browns. Only the Browns could brown it up like that. But yes, I knew I should have stuck with my head and my heart. My heart and head said Arkansas. My gut told me Texas. Dumb. And then of course Aaron Rodgers made a fool of us all. But
thanks, Aaron.
We got better games this week. First of all, let's do the big game, I guess. Alabama, Florida. Line is 14.5 in the swamp. Where are you going?
So unless Alabama is favored by more than 50, typically they're an auto cover. I don't care where they're playing. I don't care who they are. I'm taking Alabama. Swelling the points minus 14.5. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Never bet against Tom Brady. Never bet against Alabama and Nick Saban. I'm the same way. Alabama forever until proven otherwise. It's a big. I never thought I'd see a number this big against a top 15 ranked Florida team in the swamp.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Another big game. Penn State, Auburn. In Penn State, little SEC Big Ten action. We need this. How good? What is the line for this game? I have it. Where is it?
I have 6.
Yeah, I think I have it at 6.
I have Auburn by 6. Penn State by 6 is who we have.
I believe that is correct. Yeah, that's what I got.
They are at Penn State. Tough place to play.
No tougher than
I'm gonna lie.
SEC place.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't have much intel on this game. This one was a complete toss-up for me. So when there's a toss-up, really I like to keep those points in my pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Auburn plus 6.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be close. I don't really know. I don't have much intel on this one. I do also have the over 52.5. Hey, doggy. 52.5 is the other
That's a good bet.
number I picked. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep those points.
Shit. I was back and forth. I always say pick SEC teams, but I don't know anything about this Auburn team, really. I know about this Penn State team. Very solid. They've shown themselves to be solid. I don't know. Is Bo Nix still at quarterback at Auburn? He's like 100. I don't even know.
Oh, not sure.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you at Auburn. So, you know what? I'm going to go with Penn State here, -6. I think at home in Happy Valley, it is a night game, primetime night game. That makes it pretty tough to play. I know Auburn's kind of used to that. LSU, wherever they're playing in the SEC is tough. But I kind of believe in this Penn State team. I think they're the team to beat in the Big Ten. Maybe Iowa can prove me wrong, but I think they're the team. Their offense looked a lot better last week, but then again, they couldn't have been much worse from week 1. So I'm going to go Penn State here. A little bit of a reach maybe, but, go Penn State. All right, last one.
I don't think either one of us had much on that game.
No, but it's a
much intel on that one.
Primetime rank game. Amazing. Out of nowhere. All right, last one. Sunday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes again at the 0-1 Baltimore Ravens, thanks to Lamar Jackson fumbling? Question mark? Tough.
Yeah, he fumbled.
Tough. Thanks to Carl Nassib. Wave the flag. Wave rainbows unite everywhere unite. All right, so the line for this game is, I think it's 3.5. 3?
At 3.
All
I think
right.
it's 3, but it might be 3.5.
All right, let's call it.
It's 3.5. I might go the other way.
Oh, this big number. All right, let me go official then. Let me pull it up. All these picks, all these numbers.
Sure.
We get the picks from Action Network, everybody. That's where we find our big money lines to keep it. I got 3.5 right now. Chiefs -3.5 in Baltimore.
All right. It is 3.5, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I kept the points in my back pocket last week. I'm gonna swallow them this week. I like Caddy to come out hot against Baltimore.
Oh, now Patrick covers. Now he covers.
Now, well, for the fact it's more than one field goal. I mean, 3.5. I guess it is still more than one field goal, but I had a -3. It's in Baltimore, but I think it'll be a close game, and I mean, Patty -3.
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's like I got to do it this week.
This is an easy pick for me.
It's too close of a line.
Easy pick for me. Pat Mahomes is now 12-0 in the month of September. He has 32 touchdowns and no interceptions. And Lamar Jackson has called one guy his daddies, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. He can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs. He is 0-for against the Chiefs. All he does, he wins. He can beat everybody. Can't beat the Chiefs. He said it last year. He's like, I can't beat the Chiefs. I don't know why I can't beat the Chiefs. He can't beat the Chiefs. And Baltimore, they looked bad, honestly. They were in total control of that Monday night game and then fell asleep. The defense allowed for Derek Carr, comeback player of the year, threw for like 480 yards or some shit like that. He was torching them up. They couldn't cover anybody. To Waller, yeah, Waller's a great tight end. Is he better than Kelsey? Probably not. So if you couldn't cover Waller with double teams, how are you going to stop Kelsey? And then let alone Tyreek off the top. Mahomes all day. This is an easy cover. The Chiefs are as good as they can be, especially after coming back against Cleveland. They were as flat as could be, getting pushed around by Cleveland. And you look down and the Chiefs are winning. It's just, they're so much better than everybody else from an offensive mismatch standpoint. And the defense gets stops when they need to get stops. It's that simple. And Baltimore really is hurting with the lack of running backs. I mean, they're on their fourth-string running backs. You saw it on the play that lost them the game. Couldn't pick up the stunt from the D-end. It's not a cohesive unit right now. So, yeah, Baltimore 0-2. I got the Chiefs here, too. Easy.
Did you pick Penn State?
Yeah, I took Penn State, so that's our only one all.
At least we're not all.
We're not all for
this week.
So we can't.
That's cool.
So I can go 0-3 again, and you can go 1-2.
Exactly.
The one split. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us this week. Good.
Go ahead.
You want the rundown?
Recap.
Let's get a little
recap.
All right, I'll give you a recap.
Those written down.
I got mine written down. You give your recap after me. All right, my numbers. I got New Mexico +30 against the Aggies. I got Cincinnati -4 at the Indiana Hoosiers. I got the Buckeyes at 24.5 over Tulsa. I got the Rams at the Colts -3.5. And then my lock of the week, lock it in, baby. Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins -3.5.
All right, I got Kent State and Iowa under the 56. I think we've got to pick 33 to win 30 on that one. Texas -26 versus Rice at home. Pick 22 to win 20 on that one. Ole Miss -14 against Tulsa at Ole Miss. I think that was a 22 to win 20. Packers -11.5 against the Lions. Monday Night Football, I believe, was at 33 to win 30. And then I got West Virginia -2 for our lock of the week, 100 to win 91. Feeling good. I'm feeling like we can we can be in the green again this week. So.
Just don't let the listeners down on your lock of the week. We have a certain listener,
my one listener, my one listener,
my
one follower,
who will be heartbroken if you do not get your lock of the week right this week, and he may or may not take retribution against you in some way, shape, or form. So yeah,
mean person.
I'm feeling good about this week too. I think the numbers are. I'm loving some of those picks a little bit more than others. It was hard to find a strong lock of the week, but I'm feeling good about mine too, as well.
It took me a little while to find one too, but I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Hey, as long as we keep hitting our locks of the week, we'll be in the green all season. If we keep plus 100 all year, it'll be tough to keep us down. So, all right, that's gonna do it for us. Yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, share it, let the people know about our massive betting degeneracy, and yeah, we'll see you all again next week.